we go ahead and do a memory upgrade on this M4. I just unhook the power, pull the lid off. Looking here for what to do and how to do it. Right there it shows you the layout. Processor 2, processor 1, and the memory configurations. You got to start with the white slots. The white slots has to be filled first. It will only run as fast as your slowest memory. Pull this air thing out here. Set it out of the way. You see there's 2 in there already, and they're in the white slots. There's 2 memory chips in there already, right here. 1 on each processor. Alright. Now this is the way I got the computer. These 2 white slots are populated. It says you're supposed to do number 1 and then the other one. I'm not sure why they did that. It works though. I booted up. It is reading it. And right here is the populated order. DIMM slot microprocessor 1 and 2. Right here. It tells you number 1, 13, 4, 16, 9, 21, 12, 24, 2, 14, 5, 17, 18, so on and so forth. But this is, the white slots are 1, 4, 9, 12, 13, 16, 21, and 24. Those are supposed to be filled first. That's what I'm going to start with filling. Now the chips I got are 8 gigs. The ones that are in there are 16 gigs. There's 2 16 gigabyte ones in there right now. 1 on each processor. 12 and 13 is where they're at. I don't know why they're not in the first slot for each machine or each processor, but that's the way I received it. But they're going to be filled up first anyway now at this point. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put them in there first, in the white ones. Alright. And I just keep myself grounded and flip these levers back that way on every one of these white ones. And then just set the chip down in there and push it in. Here's the chips I'm using. These are 8 gigabytes each. Okay. There's a slot on there, so be sure and line those slots up. That's all you gotta do. They're not all in the same direction neither. Each bank has it going a certain way. There you go, just pop it down in there. Alright, now all the white ones are populated. I still have 2 chips left. So it has to go in the next sequence up, according to the lid. This one's gonna be the next one up here. Alright, there's one, and I think then the next one will be here, I believe. Put it number 2 and number 14. Alright, that was number 2 right there. Number 14 is right here, next to these blue chips that were already in there. It's the next one over. piece of hair in there. I might have to get that out of there. Okay, so I got all the white ones populated according to the order. It said to do that first. Just tighten down here for us. Got all these white ones populated first, and then the last two was number 2 and then number 14. That would be the next one available in processor number 2. So we'll go ahead and put this lid back on. That should do it. Put the cover back on the machine. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and boot it up. Make sure it reads correctly. Okay, flip the power on. It's initializing. It's initializing the memory. Okay, the screen's up. I have a non-production test image key. Doesn't seem to be affecting it. But I'm going to keep an eye on that. It's connecting to RAID controllers. It's going to ask to press F1. Okay, F1 key. So that takes us into the BIOS. Now you can go in here and check it out, or you can go on there with the IMM. I'm going to go ahead and jump on the IMM and make sure what it does, what it reads in there. So we'll jump over there and check it out. Okay, here's what it looks like in the BIOS, on the BIOS screen itself, 96 GB, 1333. So they're all registering, it's reading correctly. Now let's jump on the IMM. Okay, here we are on the integrated management module. On the IP address 155 in my case, wherever you set it up to operate at is where it's at, of course. Going to go ahead and log in. The server is on. It has to be on in order to update the information. Once it updates it, you can check it again with the power off and it will tell you what's in it. But if you changed it, why, it doesn't have any way to know. Okay, system information, memory. There we are. There's a 216 gigabyte RAM modules that were in it. Here's the 8 that I added to it. And it tells you what slots they're in. Okay, now we can check to see what kind of power it's using. Here we are. The memory is using 9 watts. So it's not using much at all. It's set to power module redundancy with throttling allowed. No power limiting. So that should do it. I hope that helped. And you get your server upgraded. Thank you for coming by. Keep an eye on my channel. I'm going to be adding a lot more of this kind of stuff. Have a good one.